Live from the back of your classroom, this is the Back of the Class podcast. Here are your hosts, the Fat Club Boys.
Straight skills.
Yeah, it's Johnny. I go the whole nine and don't back. Only phonies flex with a Kodak. When it's old time, I get more back. So I yellow bone, put it, give me Bodak. Yeah, she like all of my rhymes, she let me know. She want all of my time and she let me know. But I don't wanna lie, so I let them know. Baby girl, that won't fly, no, you know. Yeah.
Here we go. Welcome to another episode of the Back of the Class podcast. I am Will, and we have ours back in class, back from a 1 week suspension. It's May 20 when we're recording this, and the weather has been cracker. Apart from the cold nights though. So I hope everyone's been using the good weather, getting some training in, exercising. But if you're not, what are you doing, bro? It's 2023. Health is wealth. Make 2023 your year. We have a guest in the house joining us, so we'll get to that on the other side. Turn it up.
I like it, you love it. Yeah, so we gon' go the whole night. Yeah, so we gon' go the whole night.
And we are live for another episode of the Back of the Class podcast. Our guest today hails from the mean streets of Fairfield. He weighs in at 130 kilos, stands 6'10". He is a Polynesian hip-hop artist. He has over 23 million streams across Spotify and the rest. Why you say ooh like that?
Because it sounds like my intro.
Oh, what are you talking about you?
I heard 130 kilos and was like, that's me.
He is Delawou.
Up to.
Thanks for coming on, bro.
Good to see you, sir.
You too, lads.
Hey, off the rip. What's Delawou?
The name?
Can you explain that to...
Delaware. Oh, I think you know this story, eh? But it's actually an acronym. So acronyms like...
Acronym is a describing word, eh? Oh, no?
Cut that.
This is why we're at the back of the class.
Let's move to the front. No, acronyms like so it's like a word, but every letter stands for a word. Like so, like to explain it, like I used to when I was like growing up, I used to save a lot of quotes on my I used to like write down a lot of quotes, but there'd be so many that there were too many to remember, so I'd break them out, make them like acronyms, so I can remember them easier.
Ah, right.
So, Delaware was just one of the acronyms that ended up making an actual word, and it stands for. It's something I heard like when I was little, and it just stuck with me. I don't know why it just stuck with me, but it stands for "Don't ever let anyone walk over you."
Don't ever let anyone walk over you.
Yeah. So Delawou, Delawou, and I don't know. Like someone told me that at a young age. I don't know why. It's like it's so simple and like almost like cliche, but it just stuck with me for a long time. And when I started like making music, and I had to like think of a name, I don't know why I just chose that. And I guess it's like too late to change now, way. So
Mad. Yeah. Sweet, that's all we wanted to know. That's the end of the
Oh,
podcast.
Thanks, everyone. So, like, we've known you for, 10, 11 years now.
yeah, ages, eh?
Yeah, but just for, like, the viewers and listeners, give us a little insight to your upbringing and how you got into the music game.
So I was born and raised out west, like Sydney, in Fairfield. Full Samoan. I'm the youngest of 5 boys, so I'm the favorite.
Shout out the boys.
Yeah, shout out my brothers. And yeah, we just grew up around Fairfield, Liverpool area, and music was just, I know, like this also sounds so cliche, but music was just always around, like the house. Like you guys will know, you're five boys as well, eh? So you guys had music around your house as well, like. And I think I don't know if it's just like an Islander thing or
Yeah. Well, we're not nice like you though, but
Yeah.
at least you can sing properly. I can't even sing, but yeah, it's like, you know, parents always playing music in the house, cleaning the house. Like every night they'd be in the backyard listening to music, like every night.
Yeah.
And my brothers, like they all had their own interests. Like they're all interested in like their own genres. Like one's like into rock, one's into soul, one's into like R&B, one's into reggae. And like if you walk in the house, it's just like music blaring out of every room. It's like they're having a fucking competition or something. But
who comes in with the biggest speaker?
who's like but they start leaving their doors open, turning music. Nah. But yeah, it's just, I think it's like always just been like in my subconscious. Like it's not something I thought about growing up, like, oh, I want to do this. But it's just always one of those things that's always been around. I think it's similar to like rugby. Like
Okay. Yeah.
For like Islander households, like rugby's just
It's the thing.
Yeah, I think you at least play one game.
It's like sports, faith, and music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be like the.
Yeah. And like
Maybe I'm missing something.
and family. Like
Yeah.
big family, you know. Yeah, and it's, I think just growing up, maybe it's just like instilled in my subconscious. Like, and then by the time I was like early teenager, what I really wanted to do was play footy. I really wanted to play footy. Like that was, I think, everyone's goal at the time, like young fob kids. But I kept getting injured, man. My shoulders kept popping out. And I started to look at it as like maybe it's a sign, like it's not for me. And while I was dealing with those injuries, like I'm 14 and my shoulder just keeps popping out. And I think I started to like look for something else because footy was everything. Like I was at Cabra, like because all my older brothers played at Cabra as well. Like I was at Cabra every single day after school.
And that's how we met you.
Yeah.
You played Cabra with your older brothers.
Yeah.
And then you're coming through the ranks as well.
Yeah.
And then you try to tackle me, and that's how you popped out your shoulder.
Yeah.
And
nah, let's wrap it up.
True story. He tried to fight me and I popped his shoulder.
Hey, we were actually sparring, remember?
Yeah, I popped his shoulder. Just a little bit of Ip Man.
Well, yeah, he's one of. I dislocated my shoulder 9 times, and his fault is one.
Nah, that's cool. What would you say like kept you motivated to like keep pursuing music? Like before you had the chance to collaborate with like the likes of Kenyon Brown, Lisi.
I think it was like my biggest fear was regret. Like I didn't want to go. Like I didn't want to grow old and look back and like, fuck, I wish I did this. Or I wish I like gave it a crack. I'd rather give it a crack and fail than not give it a crack and like regret.
Yeah.
let it die, take it to the grave, you know, like.
And like I don't know where it came from. Like I'm really I'm glad I thought about that early.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking like that when I was like 14, 15. Like
That's pretty good.
yeah.
To be thinking of like that big picture, or you know, at that age.
Yeah, I think I was lucky because I got to see my brothers, like, because they're all older, and even you boys were around at that time too. Like I got to see everyone live their life, and I think I got to like learn from their mistakes. Or
did we make mistakes? And you say something about my life.
learn from Ard's mistakes. And like, yeah, I think I was like lucky just to have older boys around me. Just like I was always the youngest I was always hanging out with my older brothers and their mates. Like even you guys are my older brothers' mates. And like I ended up hanging with you guys more as well. Like I think I was just really lucky to have people guiding me and stuff.
No lie. Masi was at our house. Well, I mean, this guy was at our house for what? 2 weeks, eh?
Yeah.
Or like 2 weeks. And his older brothers would come, and then his parents would be like, "Where's Masi?" And he was missing for that long. They just stopped asking him.
Bro, they stopped caring as long as I was like breathing or something. But I used to go to these guys' house like every weekend, literally every weekend, straight after work. Like was washing dishes in Parramatta, and then Friday, train at Tadoonside to you guys, and then I wouldn't go home till like Monday,
Yeah.
and that happened for like a year, 2 years,
Good times, eh?
like a homeless child, eh? But yeah, like
Who was your, like, I guess, your first big name to reach out to you for like a collaboration? Like, who was the first?
Kenyon was definitely the first. He was like, so I was just doing my own thing. Like I reached a point where I was getting frustrated, and I just decided like I'm just gonna do everything myself. Like I got to stop waiting for someone to find me or like looking for a handout. Like I admit that's how I was when I was younger. Like I was pretty mad. Like why isn't anyone, like why doesn't anyone think it's good, or why isn't anyone reaching out? And then I just reached a point where I decided like, man, I don't need anyone else. I just want to do it myself. And it's funny because once I reached that point, everyone started helping me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kenyon was the first one to reach out, and like from that day, like he's just been guiding me. Like he took me under his wing from that day, and yeah, me and him are very close. Like it's been 5-6 years now, where he's just been like from that first day he messaged me. He's just been guiding me all the way through, like telling me what his mistakes and what to avoid and what I need to do. And yeah, just really appreciative because he's like, not only did he help me, like he welcomed me into his like to be around the people that he works with, like he producers and stuff, and his label, the Future Now Boys, like. So I'm really grateful. Like he didn't have to as well.
Yeah.
Like he had no reason to message this kid that hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I still don't know why he saw like what he saw in me. But yeah, I'm really grateful. I owe him a lot. Still.
Shout out Kenyon, bro.
Yeah, shout out Kenyon.
Shout out Kenyon. Obviously, he saw something.
Yeah, heard.
Yeah.
Hey, obviously, we all knew you were nice,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
but we're not like artists, so we
Yeah.
can't really.
You were.
You guys always cheer me up and stuff.
No, but you were though. Like from when you used to, like he used to record in my brother's closet. He'd bring his laptop, his mic, the mic stand, spit pad, and he'd record in my brother's closet.
Jerry. Shout out Jerry.
Shout out Jerry for letting Musty use a closet.
Hey, Jerry used to tell me to put a sock over the Michaels. Hey, we're not in NZ anymore. No.
Why is it just this random wet sock?
So he started off in the closet with a wet sock, and now
I came out of the closet, eh?
Nah, I'm mad. That's good.
Yeah. Nah, I always, bro, is like you guys too. Like when you talk about inspiration, you guys back me from the start. Like even when I didn't even know if I was good or not, you guys were always telling me like you need to do it, and like that was early on, and that's like all your brothers, like Pat, you two, Jerry, even the other boys like Tavi, Derek, like you guys always had my back. Even before anyone reached out to me, before I even dropped the song, like you guys were always pushing me to do the music stuff. So it's like even these days, like we don't see each other as much, but it's like we never even stop talking.
When we do catch up, it's like we live with each other.
We start hating each other again.
He's annoying.
Didn't miss a beat.
But
Now, like when you collab, how does that work? Is it like just a DM thing, or does like someone make a beat and think, oh, these two would be mad on this track sort of thing? How does that work?
There's 100 different ways, eh? Like it's really random how, yeah, it's just really random. Like you could DM someone, but like most people, especially like us islanders, we and like the islander artists, I think they don't really collab unless they get to know you first. Yeah, it can happen different ways, but I think a lot of the time it's like it starts off with like meeting and like just vibing out and seeing if it fits or not. But yeah, it can happen a million different ways. Like you can even just fucking try to pay someone for a feature or something like. But I don't really do that. I rather, like if you think it's
like
dope,
organic.
yeah. If you think it's dope and you want to add to it, like yeah, jump on. But if you don't want to, then it's fine as well. Like I've never paid for a feature or a collaboration. Like Kenny, JC, Dissy, they're probably the biggest ones, but they're all like real organic. Like me and JC made What's Good, just like a random studio session the first day we met.
First day you met?
Yeah, first day we met. So,
And that's got like millions of streams, eh?
yeah, it's just like, it's so random, man. It was so random. It's like we never thought anything of it, and you know, you just never know what's gonna pop off. And then the song you think, oh fuck, this is hectic. People are gonna like it. With 1,000 streams. It was like, you know what? But yeah, it's just really random. Like even Lissy, I met him. Bro, I tell you I don't think I've told the Lissy story before. Yeah, we went
Back
up.
of the Class podcast exclusive.
Bro, this guy is so talented, bro. Like you don't understand. Like so, a few of us drove up to Brisbane. It was like me, Will Singe, Kenya Brown, and Donna
Will
Lewis.
Singe.
Yeah, shout out Will too. He's doing his thing. But we drove up to Brisbane. I think just to get away, but also work with the artists up there. So we did the drive. We went up. You know, we linked with like Ezra James, Lord Lance, Lissy, like all those the 4-3 boys, and we just like we're just kicking it and stuff. Sesh was there, and then I think one night like one of the boys threw a hotel party, and that's the first time I met Lissy. It was at this like hotel party, and anyway, it's like the party goes on, and by the end of the night, it was just me, Lissy, and Snoopy from the West. It was just us three left. Everyone else went to sleep. It's like 10 a.m. We're still drinking, and then we just started playing unreleased music for each other. And then I was like, you know what? I got this song, but I reckon you'd be cool on it. And Lissy's like, yeah, fucking no, play it.
Is that you shooting your shot?
Yeah, I was, you know when you send that message.
Yeah, I used to get them from you all the time.
But I think we were all just so wasted. We're like, yeah, play it. So I played it for him, and he's like, fuck, it's pretty good. Like, send it to me. I'll jump on it. And I was like, you know, like, anyways, we went on with the night. Next day came, and I was like, oh, he's probably just one of those, like, in the moment, like, oh, I'll do it, but I don't know if he's really going to do it. You know,
yeah.
So I didn't think anything of it. Like, I just left it. The next day, we had a studio session, and there was, like, all the artists pulled up again. And then we do this whole studio session. And then in the last 5 minutes, Lissy's just like, oh, bro, can one of yous record me? I just got to do a verse for this guy. And he pointed at me. And I was like, oh, wait, what's this guy talking about? And he's like, oh, that song you showed me, like I did a verse for it. I was like, bro, that was like 12 hours ago, and we were like on the bender. How the hell did you write a verse? How the hell did you write a verse in that quick? And he's like, no, just see how it sounds. Bro, he recorded it, and I was like, bro, game over. Like, that's it.
That's a master.
Hard.
Bro, I don't know, like this guy's just so quick, and like his wordplay, and he's, bro, one of the top rappers.
Hard.
Like,
Shout out Lissy.
coming out of Oz, yeah. shout
Lissy,
out
man.
That's mad.
Yeah, he's crazy.
That's a crazy story, actually.
Yeah, so it's like funny because that's like within 24 hours of meeting him as well. So like the JC one, that one, even Kenny was the same. Like Kenny jumped on my song before he even messaged me, before he even, like he just heard it and was like, let me do a verse. And he did a verse. And then he messages me after. I was like, oh, is it all good if I jump on this song? I was like, you already did it. You already did your verse, cat. But,
No, but even that's mad. What song was it?
that was Take You to LA.
Oh.
Yeah. So bro, before he even met me or even talked to me, he jumped on the song.
How did he, how do you guys get each other's?
Oh, so we went to the same studio and we were recording
Someone played it there?
with the same, we had the same engineer. So the studio I used to hire was Kenny's engineer as well, Sefru. So I think Sefru, like, you know, I got to shout out Sefru too, because like he was the one that, he believed in me too. And then he started showing like Kenny my music.
Is
like,
that?
behind my back, like without me knowing. So.
Oh, yeah.
And then Kenny heard that and was like, bro, who's this? And I think Sefri was like, oh, it's just this kid that started coming to the studio, like this Samoan kid. I think that was a big part of it as well. Like Kenny, I think when Kenny heard I was Samoan as well, like back then there was no one was making, no one was really coming out with music. So it was really rare.
Yeah, yeah.
Like to have Samoan kids like trying to make music around Sydney. So, but it's mad now. Like I love seeing, you know, the market now. Like there's so many,
yeah.
so many artists.
It's getting
like,
bigger and bigger
bro,
within
and
the
they're
polys.
just like they're making I think like they're making a name for us. Like, you know, as
On the international scene.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's more than just footy. You know.
Yeah. No, that's mad. We'll quickly take a break and then we'll get back to it.
Yes, sir.
Back of the Class podcast. Back after this.
Same lads take trips, hop out the whip, and empty a clip for the hood. Try get rich in the hood, try run biz in the hood, don't slip in the hood. Ain't no getting away, cause when they spray, they don't miss in the hood. Every city I go, every show, no I put on for my hood. No, I gotta do right, but sometimes I gotta do wrong for my hood. Just so I'm right by the hood, moved out but I'm still right by the hood. Told you before I'm tied to the hood, traveled the world, I die in the hood. Name me a 10 in the hood, one that's rare in the hood. When I call, she's right there in the hood, cause she's not scared.
And we're back. Back with Delawou. It's woo. So you've been to the States in that on
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
Talk to us about tour life. What's that like? Is it mad fun? Is it a grind or what?
It's both. Like both, but very extreme. So like it's heaps of fun. It's heaps of fun, but once the show's done, it's like just picking up the pieces of yourself. Like it's a lot of it's a lot of partying. Like not I wouldn't say partying. Maybe it's like I don't know. I don't like. You could do it sober, but I feel like you know you need that extra push sometimes. But it's tiring. Like it gets tiring, especially when you're doing like a few nights in a row. And those boys, like, I didn't perform at every show, but I was there, and like
so
those
whatever you
boys,
tied?
huh?
So whatever you tied?
Hey,
Just stay the hotel and sleep, G.
nah, bro, I was hit security. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, truly.
Nah, I was helping them out with like some sound stuff, but they tell me they like jump on stage sometimes. But those boys, man, like they're like it's physically tolling, like not even the America trips, like even here in Australia, like we'd either leave like Thursday or Friday, go to one city, perform that night, the next day fly to another city, perform that night, and then the next day fly to another city, perform that night. And like all these nights are like finishing at 4-5 a.m. and then the flight's at like maybe like 7 or 8 in the morning. And it's just all day travel. So like from Thursday to Sunday or Monday, we'd be gone. We'd come back to Sydney. It'd take us like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to recover. And then by Thursday, we're ready to go again. But it's like really physically tolling, like especially those boys like Kenny and Don and Noise, they're doing like 40, 45-minute sets. So it's like you're on stage for 40, 45 minutes, like that's a long time, especially if you're like singing, you know, you're trying to dance, you're trying to talk to the crowd, like, but yeah, it's like, but then, you know, it's fun. It is fun.
Has its perks.
Yeah. Like you know, you meet a lot of people, like a lot of people just love, like they show love. They look after you when you come to their city, like, and also like traveling, like I got to see parts of the world that I would never have seen if I didn't do music. Like,
Yeah, that's mad.
the whole west coast of America, like I got to see because of this music stuff. Like I would have never have been able to do it, and I was getting paid to do it as well.
That's mad.
Like,
that's the best,
you
bro.
know. Like I that America trip, I came back with more money than I left with, which was like crazy because I was gone for 6 weeks, 5-6 weeks,
Fuck.
and we were just like, yeah, like
If only it was like that when we went.
traveling. Bro, don't talk about when we went. Fuck, bro.
Is it true that the smaller towns or cities are like the best?
Bro, they're the most lit. I'm telling you, they're the best. Like, I take those small towns, those small rural communities, like even the indigenous communities, like I take them over a Brisbane, a Melbourne, a Sydney any day. Because like, if you think about it, right, like it's like it's a small town. Not many artists go there. Not many people go there, And when you do go there,
Everyone shows up.
everyone shows up because that's like it's rare, but it's also like that's the only thing that's on tonight.
Oh,
So the whole town is like coming to watch you guys, and like that's how I guess that's how like most of us got the following or got people behind us. Because bro, after every show I was getting like when I first started, like after every show I was getting like 300 500 new followers like after every show, and like before that they had no idea who I was. But yeah, these small towns like all over the country, like bro, they're the most lit ones. Like they're the most fun. I
I don't know. I can't remember who told me that.
Yeah, I was like, how do you know?
I think it was me.
Hmm?
How do you know?
I told you, I'm a rapper too, G.
Oh yeah, because I think our careers just missed each other.
Yeah.
Oh, yo.
Yeah. So when I was touring,
I retired. Yeah.
Oh, yo. I retired, yo.
I left the game. I put it down for you to pick up. So
Talking about like touring Australia, what's it like being an artist in Australia? Like, and some of the challenges that you face, because obviously we see like the police shutting down concerts and
Yeah.
like what are some of the challenges that you've faced as here in Australia as a rapper?
Yeah, I haven't really had any of that type of trouble, but I do see it, and I think it's pretty like. Are we allowed to swear? Or no. No.
yeah.
Bro, swear.
Bro, I reckon
Fuck
it's bullshit, bro. Like after like shutting down these shows, like I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like they're trying to do something else, you know, and you're like stopping them.
Yeah.
So like, what do you want them to do? Like I'd rather see them on stage and like, you know, like making a name for themselves and really taking the music stuff serious than the street stuff. Like, because if you let them take the music stuff serious, I don't think they'll jeopardize that.
Yeah, they'll have too much to lose kind of thing.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense to me why. Like, I get where they're coming from, like the police and that, but I reckon it's bullshit. But personally, like challenges for me, I think early on it was really tough when no one was really putting themselves out there like that. So I know I felt like it was a bit harder. But even now it's hard. Like I think what I struggle with the most is putting myself out there. Like I'm a pretty private person. Like even on socials and stuff. Like I don't share too much personal stuff. I try to keep it like training and music and leave it at that.
Talk about the training.
Yeah.
Like you've obviously lost a bit of weight.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Bro,
How much have you lost now?
I was bro, my heaviest was 103. That was like 3 or 4 months ago or 5 months ago. And now I'm like 88. But it was like damn. But
Damn. Is that what you wanted?
but it was like no, it's more like it just became a habit, but it's more mental, bro. Like you guys will know. Like it's more mental. We train more for our mental health. Like
I don't know. Does it look like I would know?
no, but like you know that feeling of like when you finish a hard session,
you
feel accomplished. Like it's
the
more
endorphins.
It's more that, and like for me, the physical like advantages or the physical side of things are just a bonus. Like for me, I need to train for my to keep my head straight.
Yeah,
that's my main reason. Everything else is just a bonus, and I just enjoy it. Like the gym, the people at the gym, like it's like a community.
Shout out, never quit.
Nah, he's at ATG.
Oh, sorry, I take that back. Shout out, ATG HQ.
ATG. Yeah.
Shout out Luxy too.
Yeah, shout out Lux, bro. And the community there is just like, bro, if you guys ever in Campbelltown or anyone out there in the Campbelltown area, come like do a session at ATG. The community is really like tight knit. It's like BHD. Like you guys there, like I see you guys over there. Like the community is strong, and it makes you want to train more. Like the people, you're around good people, good energy. Like,
because I took you there, eh?
Yeah. You ambushed me, remember? I came to hang out with you and you're like, nah, come train at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And I went down, we never went back.
And then I fell off the box.
Who's your Mount Rushmore of rappers?
Fuck, it's hard.
How many heads on Mount Rushmore? 4?
4.
4. It's hard, because there's so many different generations.
Gun to your head.
Gun to my head. See, people are gonna say like all these older rappers, but
Yeah, I was gonna say
they're
like,
just not my generation.
To you.
Yeah, they're
Like,
just not my
who
generation.
inspired you, and like obviously, maybe you take like that and add to your sound.
I think there's pretty obvious ones. Like there's J. Cole. He was a massive.
I was gonna say
influence.
you take me for a Cole guy.
Yeah,
J. Cole.
Is that why you grew your hair?
We good. No, J. Cole. Kendrick was a big influence as well. Like when I was in high school. Drake. That's 3. One more big influence. Will. Who? I think Lil Wayne. I don't think people like. I think if you make music, you understand why people like Lil Wayne, because he's just like crazy. But
I see some of his like hidden gems on like TikTok.
yeah, like his lyrics.
Yeah, you never
that
realize
stuff,
it, man.
eh?
Yeah.
But you know, it's crazy. He just sits there and he writes it in his head. Like he doesn't write it down. He'll sit there, listen to the beat, and then like he'll move. Like Drake explains it. He'll just like move around, shuffle around. He won't say anything, and he'll be like, "All right, I'm ready." And then he'll go record that verse. And like, not only is the verse good, it's like fucking insane.
Yeah,
Like,
some shit just goes over your head, eh?
yeah, it's.
But even
bro.
Drake's the man, eh?
Do you reckon he was sitting there when he was like, lollipop?
You hate him, eh? Fuck, you hate him.
Shawty wanna fuck.
Nah, like obviously I'm not hard up into rap, but I know like when people talk about rappers, like Lil Wayne comes up a lot.
Yeah.
But like obviously I don't know like enough of their stuff.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I just hear what they play on the radio and that. And then like him and like Andre 3000 I hear.
Yeah, I hear him a lot, but I didn't really listen to him.
Like, bro, when I think of him I just think of Hey Ya.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know him as Outkast. I don't.
Bro, that song, have you heard like the actual meaning behind that song? Is it that one? Apparently, like, you know how it's like upbeat and jump.
Yeah.
Like apparently the actual meaning of the song is really sad. I don't know, I saw it on TikTok.
Is it that or Roses?
Roses
I don't know, one
really
of them.
smell like poo. Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty sad, but that's really upbeat.
I need to listen to it there because I forgot the words, but it's one of those songs.
Are you getting your facts from TikTok too, like this guy?
Artifacts.
Yeah, that's me.
Artifacts.
Well,
Cap.
bro,
Cap.
what do we got in the pipeline, bro? What can we look forward to coming from you?
So I'm just trying to stay consistent, but the next thing is 16th of June. I got a song with JC and Renzi. It's called Hold Ya. There's a video to it as well. So that's the next focus for me. 16th of June.
So that's already shot,
Yeah.
recorded, and just ready to drop.
Yeah.
16th of June.
Yeah, everything's done. Everything's ready. And then after that, just try to stay consistent.
Just punching out. Are you with a label or anything?
No, it's just like me and my manager sort of have our own thing. It's called Sube Music.
Sube Music.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I wanted to give you props for, because your manager's still
Yeah, Mo. Yeah.
Man, Mo's like this guy's best friend from high school. That he just kind of brought along with you, and just full.
Yeah, well, I met him. I was in kindergarten. He was in year 1. That's where we first ever met. And then we went through school all together, but we really got closer, like around high school. And he didn't know anything about anything. Like it started because I asked him when I wanted to take the music stuff serious. Like I knew, like my socials had to be on point. So I asked him like, "Can you?" I knew he had a camera, so I was like, "Oh, can you take some pictures for me?" And then that's the first like sort of work we started done, and then we sort of done, and then over time, he just started picking up more tasks and like helping me out.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Fuck, you pretty much do like what a manager does. Like, would you do it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And then it's been like probably 5 years now where we've probably taken it serious, and bro, his growth is crazy too. Like the stuff. Before he didn't know anything about anything like to do with music or the industry and stuff, but now he's like pretty on top of it, and he's like, he's still got his normal job, but he's doing this on the side, and I think that's another inspiration. Like going back to one of those earlier questions, to see someone that believes in you. Like it's, how can you not believe in yourself when someone's putting so much time and effort into you when they don't have to as well? Like, but yeah,
no, that's mean, bro. Shout out Mo, bro.
yeah,
Real
shout
one.
out Mo.
It's one of those things, like not when when people, you want to prove people wrong, like you don't do it to prove people wrong, you like do it to prove the ones who believe in you right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that's what it reminds me
yeah.
of.
I think
That's
when
a
you,
bar,
when
bro.
yeah, I know.
Like as off the dome, bro. Like
Is that from when you're rapping?
so when I try to tell him, I try to give him a hint that Will. Obviously he didn't pick it up, but you missed out, bro. Obviously your Mount Rushmore is.
I thought that was your neighbor. I thought that was your neighbor arguing with his wife. Nah, yeah. I think when you start looking at it like that, it's a bit better, eh? Because you see a lot of people, they get they're just angry at the world or like angry at the industry because they're not making it or they're not doing anything. And I think it's all like attitude. I think when you focus on the people who are actually backing you, you do more than when you focus on the people who are like
Doubting
having
you.
a laugh.
Yeah.
That's so true. I think that's like just life.
Yeah.
Like it'll drive you mad, bro.
Yeah.
If you live your life out trying to like for the haters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
100%. It's I still struggle with it too. Like it's not like, oh, I'm gonna do it this way and that's how it is. Like every day is different. Some days I am grateful for like everyone that's backing me and stuff, but then some days it does get into your head a little bit, like what other people are thinking, and it's just up to you to like battle those thoughts.
that's the era of social media. Eh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like as much as we say, nah, don't care, but it's just sometimes it's like, something will piss you off. Or
yeah, it's so much easier said than done.
yeah, because you've been in it for a while. We're only just starting out. You know what I mean?
And like I know your story with this whole thing too. Like it's you're in and out.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's the same with like I reckon every artist, doesn't matter. Like it doesn't have to be music. It could be anything. Like any form of creativity. Like people are in and out. And I think like once you take that leap, it gets easier from there because it's like, you're already here now. You might as well make it work. And like, bro, what episode is this?
4.
4, and like look at the changes you've already made and the improvement, like with the sound and even the setup as well. Like, and it's only 4 episodes in. Imagine like 20, 50,000.
50,000.
Soon we'll be doing those 4-hour episodes like Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Nah.
What's his guy's name? Hey Jamie, bring that up.
Jamie.
Jamie.
Where's Van? Get Van. Hey Van. Bring your laptop, lad.
No, honest, that's mad seeing you flourish and grow, like from when we first met you, bro. Like, obviously you're introvert, naturally,
Yeah.
and then to see you come out of your shell and be able to perform, put your stuff out, honest, it's been mad to see. It's even inspired us. Like, you're saying we always backed you, but you doing that, you don't know, that's helped us or helped me think, and like Wu was this quiet kid, and then obviously we knew you had talent, you were nice, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to
No, I
say that
appreciate it, bro.
showed us,
That
like,
means a lot too, because like I think you just need to be around like-minded people, like just good energy as well. Like I try to stay around good energy because you feed off it, and like even like people like making like starting their own business and stuff, like people trying to do something for themselves. Like I love being around people like that because it inspires you to go home and do your own.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to start this, because I talk to a lot of people, man, and like you realize the everyday small business owner or like people just trying to do something, they honestly have mad stories, and it's like you don't have to be this massive celebrity to have a story. Everyone's got a story, and I think everyone could learn something from another person's story, and that's grassroots level. You know what I mean? That's like
Yeah.
the person next door. You know what I mean? That's But where can we find you on socials?
Just Delaware on anything. Spotify, Instagram, Apple, Facebook. What else? YouTube, Delaware, DELAWOU. And
Just remember, don't ever let anyone walk over you. That's the one.
yeah, that's the one.
Don't let. Did you want to say any slower?
Now, Junior.
Today, Junior. Yeah. Nah, thanks, Sos, for coming on.
Nah, all good.
Thank
Fun,
you, bro.
This is nice.
It was actually really good
Can I
to
come
see
back?
you.
Can I come? I can put a fourth chair here, man.
No, like we said, it was really good to see you. But we can only handle you in bunches.
We'll be in contact with Mo.
Nah, I wish Lou was here, eh? I thought Lou was gonna be here. I don't want this guy.
Yeah,
Lou got suspended this week.
yeah.
Shout out Lou.
Shout out Lou. He's in Melbourne for some family stuff, but he'll be back next week.
Will, give us a quote to end us off. Look at the camera there.
This one?
Yep.
This was Oh, I got one. This was actually gonna be one of my next tattoos. So there's a Bible verse. I forgot which one it is, but it says, "Those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted." And I think that's something I read young that I like to remember. So it's like, those who big up themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be, I guess, celebrated by him.
Powerful, bro.
Yeah.
Hard. I think that's John.
John Cena.
That's John Wick.
Yo, nah.
Seki.
That's Delawou. This is the Back of the Class podcast.
Yeah.
And we out. Peace.
Yeah, I've been up to something. Caught you by surprise and see me coming. Couldn't leave the game alone cause it's needing me. Flexing on the wicked with no Jesus peace. Took a couple L's but I get up without